Teofimo Lopez.
Another easy fight. The problem with him is he's too delusional to go in the gym and fix his mistakes. So I ain't even gonna, I can't say it all. Like I said, I'm gonna make that fight look easy.
So not having to do any type of, warm-up fights or any of that, etc. stuff that fighters would do. He's just coming right to the guy, and that's me. The king of the 140 division, super lightweight division. That's Teofimo Lopez, and he's willing to step up, get out of his comfort zone, and yeah, I give him that. However, it's not gonna happen. I would love to, and I see myself giving him his first loss in his professional career.
Everybody's saying they wouldn't fight him, but I'll fight his. I don't mind. I wouldn't even say these type of things to like somebody like Teal, but he just constantly got something to say to me, like, bro, get off my, like, plain and simple, bro. Get off, bro. Go about your business, bro. If you want to fight me, we can fight. If it ain't that, what are you talking about me for? Why you always got my name in your mouth, bro? And then you all this shit, you not even, bro. Stop doing that shit with media, bro. You on some straight goofy.
Shakur Stevenson says fight night won't be a challenge, just an easy payday where he exposes Teofimo Lopez in front of the world. Brimming with confidence, Shakur Stevenson says his fight with Teofimo Lopez will be anything but ordinary. He promises a surprise on fight night, teasing what he calls a secret gift meant specifically for Teofimo. Shakur believes Lopez makes constant mistakes and is so delusional that he can't recognize his own flaws, let alone fix them. According to Stevenson, that mindset is dangerous against a high IQ fighter. Confident those weaknesses will show, Shakur calls the matchup an easy payday and vows to expose Teofimo under the bright lights.
Easy. What's easy about it? How's that fight look?
He's a tough fighter, but I think that he just never been in the ring with nobody like me. And I got something that's going to surprise him. I know him.
Teofimo Lopez.
Another easy fight. The problem with him is he's too delusional to go in the gym and fix his mistakes. So I ain't even gonna, I can't say it all. Like I said, I'm gonna make that fight look easy.
Meanwhile, things on Teofimo Lopez's side aren't exactly calm either. He sees this matchup as one where momentum will be key, believing he needs to control the pace early rather than letting the fight turn into a slow, technical chess match. Teofimo feels that trying to outbox Shakur cleanly would only play into Stevenson's strengths, so instead, he's prepared to make the fight uncomfortable, messy, and unpredictable to disrupt Shakur's rhythm.
The fight being played out is with me pretty much setting that momentum for the people out there as well. Not really trying to force for it. However, I can't be too technical with Shakur. You got to make it a little ugly. You got to make it a little ugly. If you try to be too technical with Shakur, it could be too long of a weighted chess match. Certain people don't want to see that. They don't want to see pop shots. They want to see good action.
Lopez also pushes back hard on the idea that Stevenson is unbeatable defensively. While many praise Shakur as one of the best defensive fighters in boxing, Teofimo disagrees and believes those claims are overrated. He insists he has already spotted clear flaws in Shakur's game and is eager to expose them when the two finally meet, confident that fight night will put those weaknesses to the ultimate test.
I don't think, for me, per se, I don't see Shakur having the best defense in boxing. However, others can attest that. So, I just can't wait to really show the flaws that I see in Shakur Stevenson and, really putting that to the test when that time comes.
Responding to Shakur Stevenson's claim that he plans to showcase his power against him, Teofimo Lopez instead turns the focus back on what he believes are Stevenson's weaknesses. Teofimo says he studied Shakur closely, from his time at lightweight to recent performances, and isn't impressed. In his view, Stevenson lacks speed and doesn't pose the kind of threat people make him out to be. Lopez insists that once they finally meet in the ring, those flaws will be exposed, and the reality will look very different from the hype surrounding Shakur.
What do you think about, and I heard an interview that he had done recently where he talked about people are going to see my power. They talk a lot about my defense, but they're going to see my power in this fight against Teofimo.
Shakur is slow. He's slow. I seen him at lightweight. I seen only highlights of his last fight with Payday, and he's slow. He's really slow. There's nothing more to it than that. So I think that with everybody that he's seeing and from his group and from those that have been, killing the game, honestly, like Terrence Crawford, which he calls and refers to as Big Bro, I think that the whole thing of that nature, I think that's really what's keeping him wanting to aim for bigger and better fights and for better opposition. I have yet to see.
Keyshawn Davis also shared his take on how the fight will unfold, which Max Kellerman called the most fair assessment of all. Davis predicts a slow start, with Shakur Stevenson taking the first 2 rounds through precise technical boxing. As the fight progresses, the momentum will shift, forcing Teofimo Lopez to recognize the challenge of facing a methodical, high-level technician. Once Teofimo adjusts and begins to impose his own will, the pace will pick up, creating a tense back and forth that sets the stage for both fighters to showcase their skills and fight IQ.
At the end of the era, it may have been Teo and Shakur, especially if you would never fight Shakur, right? How do you see this fight playing out?
I see it playing out, let's say, I see it starting off slow.
Okay.
And then I see as Shakur wins the first round, as Shakur wins the second round, slowly, I think Teo is eventually going to start picking it up and start imposing his will.
Right.
And then, you know, it's just going to go from there. That's how I think it's going to go.
That's a fair assessment.
That's a fair one.
Especially for that to be his brother.
I think it's going to be close. I think it'll be closer than people think.
With a long-standing feud between them, Shakur Stevenson says there's far more at stake than just a title when it comes to Teofimo Lopez. He hasn't forgotten Teofimo's past remarks that many viewed as offensive toward black fighters. And while Shakur insists he doesn't believe Lopez is truly racist, he does feel those comments crossed a line. For Stevenson, this fight is personal, a chance to make Teofimo answer for his words while still acknowledging his desire to be great.
Make him pay for a lot of them things that he said about black people, but at the end of the day, I know he's not racist. I know him deep down inside. He's truly is a cool person. He wants to be great, and this is the type of fight that I really enjoy.
Stevenson also raises concerns about Teofimo's mindset, pointing to his behavior during their opening press conference. In Shakur's view, Lopez didn't seem mentally settled, describing him as unpredictable and even unstable. While that worries him, Shakur admits it also makes Teofimo dangerous, believing that fighters driven by delusion and obsession with greatness can be the hardest to deal with inside the ring.
Something mentally wrong with him. I don't think he's like all the way there mentally. I think he's crazy.
Legit?
That's my opinion. Yeah, I think he's legit crazy. I think something really wrong with him, but that's what make him dangerous. I think them the guys is the most dangerous people, them delusional, crazy people who want to be the best and want their spot at greatness. So I gotta respect it, but I think something is definitely off with him.
Giving his take, renowned trainer Robert Garcia revealed some surprising news about the fight. He noted that Shakur Stevenson has been training with Virgil Ortiz, picking up lessons and strategies that he will likely implement against Teofimo Lopez. Despite Garcia's close relationship with Teofimo and his father, he admits that predicting a winner is difficult. He believes both fighters have clear advantages, and with their contrasting styles and high ring IQ, the matchup is shaping up to be a true chess match inside the ring.
Personally, you know, I've known both of them. I could say I know Teofimo and his dad Junior a little more, so I would probably be cheering for him. But Shakur's been great to us too, man. Shakur, every time we see each other, he's great. You know, in Saudi when we were over there with Virgil, he never had a problem with us training at the same time with him. You know, he's a great dude, man, great person. So it's gonna be a hard pick because between both of them, it's hard to pick a winner. Honestly, leaving the relationships aside, it's hard. It's difficult. It's difficult because they're both very talented. They both have their own advantages to pull off the win.
With legacy and personal feuds adding even more fuel to the matchup, predictions continue to pour in, and Sean Porter has weighed in with an early assessment. The former welterweight champion acknowledges Teofimo Lopez's highest level, saying that on his best night, Teofimo can look nearly unstoppable. However, Porter points out that Lopez has shown clear flaws over time, whether due to poor adjustments or getting in his own way, while Shakur Stevenson has remained remarkably mistake-free.
Your opinion on that one?
It's just it's so hard, man. On Teo's best day, he's kind of unstoppable. I don't know if it's that he gets in his own way. I don't know if it's that he doesn't adjust well. I'm really not sure what it is, but we've seen flaws in his game. We haven't seen any flaws in Shakur's game. Everyone would say his offense is his flaw because he's not offensive enough and stuff like that. Just get out of here. The kid's beautiful. When he gets in the ring, beautiful. When he gets out of the ring, that smile don't change at all.
Porter also explains what it takes to beat a fighter like Stevenson, stressing that opponents must be physical and disrupt his rhythm rather than play a clean, technical game. He highlights Teofimo's explosiveness and unpredictability as real advantages that could make the fight dangerous and entertaining if used correctly. Still, based on consistency and control, Porter slightly favors Shakur, giving him a narrow edge heading into the matchup.
So that being said, man, I think with Shakur, you got to be able to rough him up. You got to be able to get out of the way of what's coming after you rough him up. And one thing that I really like about Teo is his explosiveness. You know, he has the ability to just be on top of you and be unpredictable. If he's using that, it's gonna be a great fight. But at the moment, I would say 60-40 for Shakur.
Three-weight champion Shakur Stevenson will move up to challenge WBO super lightweight title holder Teofimo Lopez, a two-weight world champion himself. On paper, it's a genuine 50-50 matchup, with both fighters possessing elite skill, ring IQ, and the ability to dominate on their best days. Stevenson's technical precision meets Lopez's explosiveness and unpredictability, making the fight as unpredictable as it is highly anticipated. With such evenly matched talent and high stakes for both legacy and personal pride, predicting a clear winner is nearly impossible, keeping fans on the edge of their seats.
Right, so why people even talk like he the best at... He didn't even fight at 135 yet.
Right.
He didn't even have power at 126, 30, or none of that.
He is good.
Okay. How can you, all that's just okay.
I think when's that fight between him and Teofimo Lopez, if they fight?
If they fight, I think Shakur wins. I think Shakur wins.
This region. Teofimo Lopez, we've seen him at his best, but he typically brings out his best characteristics when he's back into the wall and he's counted out. And he's going to be counted out in this fight. By and large, people are going to side with Shakur in this fight to win the fight because he's the more consistent.
Shakur Stevenson is eager to exploit what he sees as clear weaknesses in Teofimo Lopez, labeling the fight an easy payday. He vows to back up his words with a performance that will fully expose Teofimo. Stevenson believes many of Lopez's flaws are mental and sees Fight Night as the perfect opportunity to reveal them. He said, "I've seen a lot of weaknesses in Teofimo's game. A lot of the weaknesses are mental. I'm going to expose him. I want to show the world that I am the best. He doesn't realize how good I am. Come Fight Night, he's going to realize that I am going to take it to another level that he has never seen before. Teo is a high-level fighter, but he's not on my level. I am an elite-level fighter." One thing is clear, Shakur Stevenson isn't being taken lightly by anyone in boxing. Trainer and analyst Salim Bey has made an explosive claim, ranking Stevenson's defensive skills among the top 5 of all time. Speaking on the potential mega fight against Teofimo Lopez, Bey explains why Stevenson's defense is so highly regarded, highlighting it as the key to countering Lopez's hard-hitting style. He even places Shakur in the same conversation as legendary defensive masters like Pernell Whitaker and Floyd Mayweather Jr. This elite skill set could define the outcome of the fight.
Defense. Shakur has a great defense, like top 3 all time, probably top 5 at least. You know what I'm saying? So his defense is phenomenal. So when you look at Shakur and somebody with a defensive prowess as such as his, and you look at somebody as a counterpuncher, you really gotta ask the question like, damn, can you even touch him for real?
If Teofimo Lopez can't touch Shakur, do you think he gets frustrated and opens up?
Yeah, but at that level, even if he does open up, he's still a world champion, a former world champion. So, hey, listen, after fighting or sparring multiple world champions, you know, just in the past and recent times, everybody can box.
Salim Bey breaks down the Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson matchup, highlighting what he calls the Teofimo problem. He explains that Lopez's aggressive style and defensive lapses leave him vulnerable to a precise counterpuncher like Stevenson, whose elite timing and awareness can exploit those openings.
The same way that Teofimo would have to go out his way and make it an uncomfortable fight for him to get the win off, if he makes it uncomfortable for Shakur, how well does he come up with the numbers? You know, like, despite the adversity, if it's a tough fight for him or an uncomfortable fight for him, he's still a world champion at the end of the day. So I think it just make it a very good and competitive fight.
Bey emphasizes Stevenson's footwork, head movement, and ring IQ as the keys to neutralizing Lopez's pressure and controlling the fight's pace. Confident in Shakur's defensive mastery and technical precision, Salim delivers a decisive prediction, calling Stevenson the clear winner over Lopez.
I think Teofimo is athletic, as we know. I think Shakur is a hell of a boxer, as we know. And whoever is able to make the best out of their style and their ability stylistically, I feel like that's going to be the person that wins that fight. I feel like Shakur has the upper hand as far as like boxing ability and stuff like that. And I think he's been getting stronger, especially since he moved up to 140. But like at the end of the day, Teofimo is athletic and he's a force to be reckoned with. So, no man, the best man win. I got Shakur.
And here we are. Shakur Stevenson isn't just talking. He's promising an easy payday and a performance that will fully expose Teofimo Lopez's flaws. From expert predictions to technical breakdowns, every angle points to Stevenson's elite skills dominating the ring. But will Teofimo adjust and make it a fight? Or will Shakur prove why he's on another level? We want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell us who you think will come out on top when these two finally meet. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fight analysis and expert insights.